The neighbors told me you were awful. I'm sending the cops. He threatened me, now calling me a psycho.
What do you want to do? You want to come over and fight?
If I was there right now, I'd knock his teeth out.
We literally got warned by everybody who lives on this side about these people.
Yeah.
So I just need your ID.
I'm not going to give you my ID.
Okay. Well, if you fail to ID or identify yourself, we're just going to take you to jail.
Okay. I'll go get my stuff. Hold on.
Okay.
You feel like a hero from this?
No, I don't.
You got to handcuff you in front of your son, and then threaten me if I yell on my own porch.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. This is a recording of a follow-up call I made to Centerton, Arkansas, following the publication of LackLuster's video on April 18, 2023. The event in question took place on April 8th, 2023, and was a civil dispute between neighbors. The Centerton Police Department admitted on video in their initial response that the only criminal act was committed by the husband of the reporting party in his call to 911. I'll show the video clips that give proper context to this situation, and then you will hear my call with Centerton, Arkansas Police Department Lieutenant Blower.
I saved you $3,000, just keeps going and yelling. The neighbors told me you were awful. You're such a going. So I called my husband. I said, the guy behind us is calling me a bitch, telling me he's like, send me his phone number. So my husband tried to call, went to voice. My husband calls me back. He said, I can't get a hold of him. So I yell back. I'm like, my husband's trying to get a hold of you. I don't want to talk to him. I'm like, tell him he can kiss my ass. He better not come over here. And I'm like, honey, he said to kiss his ass and you better not go over there. So my husband finally got a hold of him. He called me back. My husband's like, I'm sending the cops. He threatened me. The guy's on the back porch now calling me a psycho. You're psychos. I'm going to put 13 trail cameras. Huh?
How did he threaten them? Like, do you know
I don't know. He didn't tell me. He's on his way home.
And so did he ever make any threats towards you?
No, he just called me a psychos. I just finally came back in the house. So
You kind of give me a rundown of your side of everything, and whenever you talked to the individual, you said to your wife that he threatened you?
Oh, yeah, he's asked me if I want to come over and fight. What do you want to do? You want to come over and fight? I'll kick your ass. And
Tell me exactly what was said in a threat towards you.
well, I mean, he didn't say he was. He just asked me if I'm trying to remember. It was in the heat of the moment. There was a lot of yelling, but he just said, God, what? I'm trying to remember exactly what was said. I know he said, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to come over? You want to talk about it? Or you want to come over? You want to fight?
We don't really have any kind of like actual terroristic threat or any assault because he's asking you if you want to. He's not telling you he's going to come over here. He's going to hit you or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
After determining that Chris had not made any threats, the officers decide to trespass the two parties from each other's properties, even though no party has entered either party's property. The officers realize that the only one who has committed a crime is the woman's husband when he called 911.
I mean, technically, he made a third-party threat to another person.
Well, I don't know that he even made a third-party threat. He said, do you want to get your ass kicked?
No. Technically, made a third-party threat to this man.
Oh, yeah. True.
I'm not there right now because if I was there right now, I'd knock his teeth out. So you need to get a cop out there to get this situation handled before I get home.
She was saying that you guys asked her to trim trees.
No,
and y'all cut
we said we were going to trim the trees, and then she said, okay.
And again, this is 4.5 months ago.
Yeah, this was done in December.
Yeah.
So it's already done and over with?
Yeah, it's been 4.5 months.
December is when this was done.
Like, we literally got warned by everybody who lives on this side about these people.
Yeah.
I spent $2,000
to fix their trees falling on our fence.
And then they have the
4 months ago.
Yeah, 4.5 months ago in December. I have the text from her saying it's okay.
So today, all you guys were doing was sitting on the porch?
Yeah.
Yeah, today, do what?
He was out on his porch, and she said, I'm not happy.
She's the one who initiated it, and then her husband calls me and starts initiating. So yeah, I was rude, and I said back because that's a lot of money to spend to have assholes get upset over it. And then when I asked them if they would have fixed it, they said no. So I don't know what position I'm supposed to be in. It just sounds like some snooty assholes that didn't get their way.
And yeah, we both got upset, but you don't.
And again, I mean, that's insane to call the police over a neighbor yelling at
back
you.
and forth. Well, she yelled too.
Yeah, that's the kind of she is. She had letters sent to us because somebody dumped trash back there. So.
Well, not us. The whole street.
I know. That's what I was
Yeah.
So what can I help you gentlemen with besides that?
Well, we're trying to figure out what was going on, trying to get both sides of the story.
Yeah, and we even have text message proof of her being aware in December that we were cutting the trees down. We're not down
like
the
a
limb.
civil issue we're going.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and like I told her, if she doesn't like it, sue me. That's literally all she can do about it.
She's the one that initiated stuff, according to him. He was sitting on his back porch, I guess, and she started in on them, I guess, about cutting trees down, which I guess they have proof from text messages that they gave them permission to do. And this guy spent like $2,500. Sounds like it's all a civil issue. You're going to trespass them, and we need to trespass these guys.
Now ordered to issue a trespass warning to a property Chris didn't step foot on, Officer Willis asks for Chris's ID.
Could you get your ID for me?
Why?
Because we're trespassing you guys from their property, and we're trespassing them from your property.
No. What? I don't understand. We don't go back there anyways.
Well, it's just a formality to make sure that you know.
They can't come over to you and start.
That's fine. I don't need you to trespass them. I can.
Okay. Well, that's what's happening. So I just need your ID.
I'm not going to give you my ID.
Okay. Well, if you fail to ID or identify yourself, we're just going to take you to jail.
Okay. I'll go get my stuff. Hold on.
Okay.
Why is that necessary?
Well, we just want to do the deal. I mean, it's basically just a printed out piece of paper that says.
No, but I'm asking why it's necessary. Like.
Well, it's not that big a deal. It's a warning. It's not a ticket or anything.
No, but I'm just asking why it's necessary.
Because
why
they want
is the
you trespassed.
vocalizations not enough?
They want y'all trespassed, and we're trespassing them too. So they're getting trespassed from your property.
Oh, I want to get this on camera. Under threat of duress, you're threatening me that you're going to arrest me if I don't give you my ID.
If you don't identify yourself, yeah.
Well, you're on my property, sir. Get off my property.
No.
Go in. Get off my property.
Please stop.
You're on my property, dude. What the fuck, dude? I'm on my property.
Stop.
What the fuck?
Okay.
It's a warning anyway.
It was just a warning.
It's not a ticket.
I'm not identifying myself when I did nothing wrong.
Press 0 to speak to one of our operators.
Hello.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, hi. I just need to speak with an officer. I have a couple questions about a neighborly dispute. I just need to know like the ins and outs of the law and you know what I'm allowed to do or say or whatever.
Okay. Can I ask what your address is?
No, you cannot. Well, you can ask, but no, I'm not going to answer you.
Okay. Well, we'll need to verify that you are in our city limits and in our jurisdiction in order to answer the question.
Really? And what law is that?
I don't think there's a specific law, but if you're not in our jurisdiction, then...
Well, I'm telling you I am.
We really...
Are you going to call me a liar?
No, I'm not calling you a liar.
Well, it sounds like you are.
Okay, well, I'm sorry if you're taking it that way. I'm just trying to figure out what location you are in so I can make sure that it's something that we can help you with so we're not having to give you to another agency.
Okay, no, well, I'm calling this agency, right? This is Centerton in Arkansas. I know where I'm calling. I'm asking about this jurisdiction because that's what I need to ask about. What's the problem?
Okay, you can hold on just a second.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hello. I'm asking to speak with an officer. I have a couple questions about a neighborly dispute.
Yeah, this is Lieutenant James Blower.
Lieutenant what? I'm sorry.
James Blower.
Okay. I'm hard of hearing. I apologize, Lieutenant. I'll just refer to you as LT. Yeah, I have a couple questions, man. I'm having an issue with my neighbor, and I just want to know like what my legal rights are. Should I escalate the situation? Is it a civil or is it a criminal issue? And I figured nobody better to ask than the police.
Okay. Where do you live at, sir?
Okay, I live in Centerton.
What's your address?
I don't feel comfortable giving you my address. Why do I need to give you my address? I live behind the Dollar General.
Behind what?
The Dollar General near Thompson Park. I'm not giving you my address.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so I have an issue with my neighbor, right? You know, they and I have not gotten along for a long time. And recently, they've been accosting me about an issue that I thought was dead. And I don't know how to handle it. I've been trying to be polite and cordial. They keep escalating and being mean to me. The woman actually called me an asshole. And I'm extremely offended. And I want officers to go over there and trespass them from my property.
Okay. What's our address?
Okay, their address, again, it's on Maplewood Drive. I don't know the exact number because their backyard is lined up with mine. I'm on Sunflower. My question is more about the details. Do I actually have to get you all involved, or is it a civil dispute? I mean, as of right now, you know, we have an issue that is not criminal, a dispute between us, but now they're starting to hurt my feelings, and I'm getting really offended, and it's crossing into disorderly conduct because they're on their porch calling me names, and I'm very offended, and I want them arrested.
Okay.
Okay, so, how do we go about that? Hello?
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to, just kind of give me a rundown here of what are we wanting to do here? You want them trespassing your property? We can do that.
Yeah. I want them trespass. I want them, a trespass would be the least of it. I want them to never come back, but honestly, right now, I want them arrested. They've hurled many obscenities at me. I'm very offended. I've asked them to give me their name, and they won't give me their name, so I can't even report them accurately to you. I think that's against the law. I mean, I just seen a video of you guys arresting somebody in a neighborly dispute based on nothing but words. Why can't you do that for me?
Well, nobody was arrested in that.
Oh, really? I saw a man put in cuffs against his will for not breaking a law.
What? Was that gentleman taken to jail?
I'm not exactly sure. He was left from his property in handcuffs.
Yeah, that gentleman was not arrested, sir.
Okay, well, I apologize for my misunderstanding. Can you put my neighbor in handcuffs and then let them go?
Okay, so what do you need here, sir? What can I do for you today?
I'm just asking about the regular policies and procedures of this police department. I mean, I've seen you guys provide a service I've never seen done before. And I just want the same treatment for me as a fellow of my city got. I would like you to put my neighbor in handcuffs on their property against their will, the same way you did to a friend of mine.
Okay, sir, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't know. You said you heard my answer, and then you said, hang on. Go ahead. What? Did you not hear me? Do you need me to repeat myself?
Yeah, go ahead and repeat yourself, please. I had to put you on hold real quick.
Oh, okay. I like that old music. It was better than hearing you talk. Yeah, so I saw your police department during a civil neighborly dispute, right, involve yourselves and try to criminally trespass one another from each other after being expressly told, no, I don't want my neighbor trespass off my property. But you still put that person in cuffs. So what I want you to do is go to my neighbor and put them in handcuffs.
Okay. Well, the situation, the video does show one perspective. It does not show the other side, the other party that was involved in it.
No. It shows the perspective of your officers from their body cameras. So I assume that this was just regular, carried out procedures by this police department, because I have never seen somebody get arrested detained temporarily in handcuffs on their own property for not requesting a trespass. Can you explain that?
Okay.
Can you explain what I saw? Because I know I didn't make that up.
Okay. So what you seen was one party not requesting the other neighbor to be trespassed. Okay?
No, what I actually saw was him refusing to be ID'd when he was supposed to get a trespass warning. Don't try to twist the facts. Don't try to twist the
Are you
facts.
going to let me talk, or are you going to keep interrupting me?
Well, if you're going to tell me things that are not true, I'm going to stop you. Don't twist the facts. You saw somebody who would not give their ID when issued a trespass warning that was supposed to be mutual. Then he says, I don't want my neighbors trespassed. I'm not giving you my ID. I did nothing wrong. Then he was put in handcuffs. So explain to me how that happens.
Okay, if you'll be quiet, I will be happy to tell you.
Thank you. Well, I just wanted to make sure we both got the facts straight because you were going down a path that was not true.
No. You're seeing one video. We had officers on dealing with the other neighbor.
Are you telling me that I didn't FOIA request the officer's body cam and see it myself? Listen, hold on. I'm going to stop you again, officer.
Did not want their neighbor.
Officer, please. LT, please. You're talking as if I didn't already see multiple body cam videos. I've seen them all. So don't act like I saw one. Mother, put me on hold again. What
were you saying?
I saw all the body cam video, not one perspective. I saw it all. I saw both parties. I saw both conversations. So stop with the spinning of the facts. Tell me why your officers felt the need to put a man on his own property in handcuffs. Is that okay? Can you do that to my neighbor?
What you seen was one neighbor requesting the other neighbor be trespassed. Then you seen the other neighbor not wanting that other neighbor trespassed.
Okay.
So we had to get, in Arkansas, it is a stop and ID state.
Okay. Only if you've committed the crime, right? There needs to be reasonable articulable suspicion or a singular articulable fact that a crime has been committed, was in the process of being committed, or was about to be committed, right?
We were there on a disturbance between neighbors.
A civil dispute. Wait. A civil dispute. Because once your officer's there, it was very quickly clarified. The only people who were committing a criminal offense was the reporting party who threatened to, and I quote, knock his teeth out if I was there. Why wasn't that guy put in cuffs and charged?
Because, as you heard, he didn't want anything done with his neighbors that were just talking trash.
No. See, I'm sorry, that was my mistake. I mixed up the two parties. You might have misunderstood me. The reporting party said, if I was there, I would have knocked his teeth out. You temporarily detained the man and put him in handcuffs, who was third-party threatened over 911 to have his teeth knocked out by the reporting party's husband. Was that clear enough for you? I know you guys only have a high school diploma. Let me know if I need to slow it down.
Hold on one second.
Thank you. I like the music.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead what? You keep saying go ahead after I tell you something.
I'm sorry, I had to put you on hold. I've got more than one thing going on today.
Okay, so you need me to repeat it again? I know I finished with you guys have a high school diploma. Do you need me to repeat it again? Your comprehension must be not that well.
Yeah, you're right, sir. If you're done with me, I'm finished with you, okay?
I'm not done. You have yet to do anything except make me repeat myself.
So you have a good day.
No, I don't want to have a good day. I want to have a conversation with you, Lieutenant.
You guys don't, then have a conversation.
Okay, well, if you're not responding, no. See, if you're not responding, it's not a conversation. A conversation is a dialogue. You know what dialogue? It's Latin for two. Log is the act of communication. I'm sure they don't teach you that in the academy. A dialogue is two people speaking. You've asked me to repeat myself many times. I think I made myself quite clear. You've yet to give me any reasonable explanation for the actions of your officers.
Okay, I've tried to explain that to you, and every time I start talking, you interrupt me. So I figured you know more about this than I do. So I'm going to sit here and let you talk to me about it.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. So far, every time you... Okay, now I'm wrong. How about this? Let's make a deal. You've heard everything I had to say about correcting you. I'll shut my mouth. Let's lay out your answers. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay. So the incident here, you were basically you're seeing where the party that was placed in cuffs, he did not want his neighbors trespassed.
Correct.
Correct? Okay. The issue became when the neighbors, the reporting parties, did want the gentleman you've seen in handcuffs trespass from their
correct.
property.
Totally understood.
Arkansas being a stop and ID state.
Well, now there's where I have to stop you, sir. No, it's not. That's a misnomer. Okay. There is no such thing as a stop and ID state if you're not committing a crime. What crime did he commit? What misdemeanor or felony did he commit that required him to ID?
The misdemeanor we're investigating there was the disturbance between the neighbors. So we had to verify who we were dealing with on both parties.
Okay, good. Continue.
The other side gave their IDs, and we were able to identify them. And this party here failed to identify himself.
All right. Well, do you have anything else to add to that?
And so once the ID was achieved, he was trespassed, and he was taken out of the handcuffs.
Right. Well, that's under threat of arrest. So you've already acted under the color of law to deprive him of his civil rights to be free from unlawful search and seizures of his person's papers in effect. So you've already committed the federal crime of, U.S. 1942. U.S. Code 42-1983. So understand, that's irrelevant, right? What happened is you went there to investigate a disorderly conduct. Your officers got on scene and found no crime was committed except for the reporting party calling 911 and making a third-party threat to the man you eventually handcuffed. What happened with that? That was admitted on film.
Nothing was ever proceeded with that.
Oh, wow. So you put somebody in handcuffs because of your misunderstanding of the law and your officer's misunderstanding of your quote-unquote stop and ID state law, which, again, is a misnomer. I read the Arkansas state identification. You do not have to identify if you are not committing a crime, you're in the commission of a crime, or you have committed a crime. And an officer needs reasonable, articulable suspicion that you have done one of those three, or a single articulable fact that you already committed that crime. So explain to me which one of those were the basis to putting this man in handcuffs, threatening with arrest for trespass when he was admittedly and corroborated by your officers standing on his own porch yelling to his neighbor.
Okay, so we've already talked. I'm giving you our side.
I understand. Right. That's now that I've presented a point that you can't answer, you don't want to answer.
Evidently, I'm not going to be able to explain the way you want to hear. I'm not going to take your twisted point of view and explain where you are understanding.
All right, can I point out one thing? Listen. All right, LT, I'm ready to hang up with you as well. But let me just point out one last thing. You did admit.
You have a good day.
No, you did it. Thank you for watching. Please give all credit to LackLuster for the amazing work he does. Check out the links provided in the description to see the full video and report he did. We the people can only make a difference when we work together. Be safe out there. I love you all. Thank you for liking and subscribing.